Remember how to put that next call on the line? Okay. My guest has been Richard Pitt, and my guest is going to be Richard Pitt. So you are the father of the internet. We've been talking about tools. That's a good one. Unfortunately, I don't have a final answer for him, but that makes a good little vignette for YouTube.
Yes.
It does.
Absolutely.
I like that one.
That's perfect.
I like that
Lots of key words in there.
Exactly 10 minutes long.
It was exactly 10 minutes long. That's good. Well, we talked about the cat genie, but we didn't we talked about the cat genie in terms of tools. And the that's how we got into it. Well, we didn't the cat genie is
I don't know. I let my own cat wash itself. Are you going to tell me that you got a cat washer?
No, it's not a cat washer. It's this funny thing here. I've lost it. Okay, and that's what it looks like. See, and you can see it's just a little cat toilet. You can find it, look up cat genie, and there's videos, and the cat goes and uses the cat genie, and it's like litter.
It's a sandbox with a cleaning attachment.
Well, that's right. So what happens
and
is...
it's real honest to God, what is it?
well, it's little bits of fiberglass.
It's fiberglass
instead
sand.
it's fiberglass sand, and there's a cleaning solution, and this thing takes 35 minutes to go through it, and it goes through, and it scoops up. First of all, it's got a hand that comes down, and it scoops up.
You got to watch the YouTube. We'll put a link to the YouTube on this one.
Yeah, it comes in, scoops up all the hard stuff,
Yep.
and dumps it into a grinder.
Yep.
And then it runs the cat litter around and turns it and goes backwards and forwards, and it sprays it with water, and it washes it all, and turns it through the scooter, and it puts chemicals in that cleans it right up. There's no smell to this thing. It's wonderful. Yep. And then when it's finished, it has a dryer that, hot air blows in it that leaves perfectly clean, dry.
Can you turn the dryer on its own? Maybe that'll get the cats to come in, because they like nice warm spots.
Well, it takes 35 minutes to do the deal, and apparently one of these packets is good for 220 nights of washing.
Okay.
Of washing. Actually, that's not quite right. It's good for 120 nights if you do it once a night.
Right.
And it's good for 220 if you have it set so that if you only have one cat, you can set it so that the cat, every time the cat uses it, it washes the stuff.
Okay, yes.
But if you don't do that, then we've got 3 cats. And
how much energy? Is this an Energy Star
Well, this is not an Energy Star thing, no. I think it uses a lot more energy than I thought it was going to do. But didn't you always want it? I mean, you can train a cat to use a toilet.
Can I make a comment about Energy Star stuff?
But I mean, every time you come,
with your cat.
we've got cats, and you know how you had to clean up the cat poo when you came in here, and hopefully this is going to make me. I don't have to kill the cats.
That's right. Yes.
That's the deal. I don't have to wring their neck or put them in a bag and throw them in the river.
Personal pet peeves.
Personal pet peeves.
I think we should do something on personal pet peeves. Personal pet peeve. Energy Star ratings for Canada. All right.
Well, I thought we were talking about being mad at our cats.
Let's just
Energy Star rating.
Energy Star rating for anything in Canada. You know me. I've got this wonderful deal that because my house was inspected by the local people, my electricity bills, because I use so much electricity for my computers and things, is tax deductible to 2/3 because they proved that I use 3 times as much electricity as the typical person who owns a home my size. Okay.
Bonus.
Right. Love it. They proved it. The tax department can't turn me down.
Yes.
All right. So
what did we have? We had 2 police cars, a fire truck,
3 police cars, the fire chief, and
fire truck. We had a BC Hydro person.
Well, no, the electrical inspector and the fire inspector and the building inspector and the chief of
don't forget the BCTV camera crew
and the BCTV camera crew and the newspaper. That's right.
News newspaper.
They were not the inspectors weren't expecting this. But anyway, okay. The bottom line is so we're above the 49th parallel. It gets cold up here. Did you know that it gets cold up here occasionally?
Well, it doesn't get cold in Vancouver.
No, but
I'm from Winnipeg. You never lived in a cold place.
I understand. But generally speaking, for 6 months of the year, the inside of your house is warmer than outside, correct?
Yes.
You normally keep the inside of your house warmer than outside.
Except for Mitchell's bedroom, which has got his window open.
Anyway, So
wasting heat.
I have all of this electricity coming into my house. What is the end product of any electricity that you bring into your house? Heat.
Heat. Yeah, lots of heat.
Lots of heat. So I got all these computers downstairs keeping my downstairs warm.
That's correct.
I'm electrically heated, but it's 2/3 of my electric bill is tax deductible. I also have an old fridge downstairs that is keeping my downstairs warm. If I had an Energy Star fridge, I'd have to run an electric heater.
That's true.
I'd use just as much electricity, and I wouldn't get the benefit of a cold spot for my beer.
Well, do you know what's funny? You know, I put a heat pump in, which is supposed to be more efficient. I'm paying more money now for my electricity with my heat pump. Now, I don't care because the heat pump has got, I put a electrostatic cleaner in.
It's doing a lot more than the old furnace
and it has air conditioning.
Yes.
And my heat pump with air
I
conditioning.
came over during the summer because my place was so hot. I came and worked here in the studio because it was cool.
Custom cooling. I love you. I love you. I love my Mayfair. No, not Mayfair. What's it? Maytag. I've got a Maytag heat pump.
Okay.
And I paid more for it than you can get them for this year with the new.
But so my point is that for any place and any time of the year that the inside of your house is normally warmer than the outside, there's no reason to worry about an Energy Star, especially if you've got electric heat. There's all these people who are in condos and apartments that they have electric heat.
I'm going to disagree with you just a little tiny bit.
Okay.
Okay, will you do this? Because you know that I'm.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes I'm right. If you have your electric heat coming in as a 220 volt thing, as opposed to 110, you get a better
rate or better heat.
You get more efficient heat out of it.
No. Electricity is electricity. It could
Well,
come in as 1 volt.
Well, I thought it was.
Or it could come in as 1,000 volts.
Well, okay,
it makes no difference. Yeah. No. Energy is energy is energy. It doesn't matter what form it comes in.
Why was I? Well, of course, we know that.
You want to know? All
right.
David Hancock down at Zero Avenue has single-phase power. He's got a massive, great transformer out on the pole there, and great big wires coming in, and he pays through the nose because single-phase power in large quantities is far more expensive than three-phase. If all 3 lines were down the Zero Avenue there, and he had 3 transformers out on the pole, BC Hydro lowers his rate. Because the 3-phase is more efficient from the electrical distribution point of view.
Well, is that why? Because my bill was I put 200 amp service in, and I did stuff, and theoretically that was supposed to be cheaper, and it's not.
No, it's not. Of course not. No. Now,
I even got a new transformer on the pole.
If it's cheaper, it's only because of the way they rate your service, not because of the amount of energy you use. Okay, there's a difference. Because I've only got 100 amp service too. Okay, that's one of the reasons why they inspected me. If I had 200 amp service, I wasn't using more than a 200 amp service would use. And you can get a 200 amp service in the house size that I'm in. They won't let you put in 100 anymore. But my house was built in 1972. They didn't put 200 amp services in then.
Well, this house was built in 1969, and I had 25 phone lines hooked up the first day I moved in.
Yeah, and 100 amp service.
And 100 amp service.
Onwards and upwards.
Yeah, now we got, well, that's an interesting way to look at it, isn't it?
Onwards and upwards.
So
the entire presentation house's lighting board is on 100 amp service.
Oh, Mitchell's just saying the presentation house, a very fine...
See, now you could have turned your mic up. You've got one, you know.
We got a mic you can use this one? Yeah.
He's got one on.
Oh, he's got one on?
He's got one on. Okay. He can actually talk.
The whole, yes, okay.
All of presentation houses.
Presentation house at the corner of Chesterfield and 3rd Avenue in North Vancouver. A little theater. Apparently their whole board runs on 100 amp. But we ran this whole house on 100 amp.
Yeah, with all the computers and everything. I mean, look at
yeah, we put the 200 amp in because we were putting the heat pump in. And that's right. Required a 200 amp service, so we were going to have a heat pump.
That's right. So what do we...
By the time we'd run all this extra circuits, it was crazy. Anyway, what time have I got here? Am I just about ready to go again? Take it. Okay, let's go.